distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends, it's a profound honor to stand before you today as I accept the mandate to serve my second term as your national chairman. I wish to extend a warm welcome to all our invited guests. Karibuni sana from across the healthcare sector and beyond. Akili karibuni sana. Your presence, our sponsors, underscores the importance of the profession to the fabric of our nation and to our association. Let me also recognize the leaders present, the past leaders who've joined us today, and the present leaders who are joining the bandwagon of service. The leaders here with us today, in whose shoulders we stood and continue to stand upon as we navigate the complexities of labor relations in Kenya. And I cannot forget, most importantly, our delegates who have traveled from every corner of this country, and to tell you that you are the heartbeat of KMPDU. Thank you for your continued trust and the democratic spirit at this moment. Allow me to speak to three things quite briefly because we have a very truncated ceremony today. One, the strength of the collective versus the myth of capture. And that will be stern, permissibly. There are those who have spent their energy peddling myths, unfortunately claiming that KMPDU is captured, improperly run, or failing to deliver. Our detractors, who seem to believe that this union is an arena for leaders to showcase soloist a cappellas or perform critical leg dance moves. We offer a different mentality, a different reality. KMPDU achievements are not the work of individuals. They are the collective victories of leaders and members standing shoulder to shoulder. And to those who still continue to cast doubts and peddle negative ads, I ask, what was the fight back that forced up the slash 70K for interns pay to 206,000? What was the source of the arrears we all enjoyed? What resulted in the more than 5,300 promotions across different counties over the last 5 years? And what achieved the slashing of universities' fees from 700,000 to 250 just postgraduate trainees? I would want to arguably state that every profession in Kenya today honestly wish that they had a KMPDU speaking for them. It is a moment that we should take in pride and humility. But, the eyes only see what the mind can perceive. To the naysayers, what has now become a favorite quote is that our message to them remains this simple: res ipsa loquitur. The facts speak for themselves. Secondly, I want us living here that we live with a declaration against classism. We must address a growing concern within our ranks. We see attempts to segregate ourselves by age, employment status, and any other idiotic metrics. KMPDU was formed to create a fair playing ground by a group of young doctors. Therefore, those with the most to lose have the most shares to own in this union. Our younger colleagues, who have the longest time to practice our profession, are the future of this movement. We shall not sit back and watch as a tirade of misinformed people attempts to shout down the youngest amongst us. To those who tell them they need to wash their hands a little more or speak only when asked to and with a little bit more decorum, while them themselves are conduits of malicious falsifications and merchants of division, propaganda, and deceit. We shall be silent no more as a union. we hereby declare total war on the enemies of the young upcoming doctors. We shall indeed chase them out of three things. We shall chase them out of breath, we shall chase them out of town, and we shall chase them out of stubborn cerebral fat. Lastly, the road ahead. KMPDU represents the top brains in this country, undoubtedly. We need not to argue about that. Case closed. This union and its members are therefore a national asset, and when mistreated, it should invoke sentiments of a national security concern. As we begin this final term, our priorities are clear: unemployment and absorption. We will not tolerate a system where trained doctors sit idle while the public suffers. We have the plan, we have the zeal. We will ensure every doctor is absorbed into the workforce in line with our 10-point plan, complete with graphs and figures. We will not allow this diabetes to go unabated. Diabetes happens when there's so much sugar in the body, but the sugar is outside the cells. So the cells starve amidst plenty. Colloquially, it's called starvation amidst plenty. KMPDU, just like insulin is the key that gets the sugar into the cell, shall perform its role of being the key to strike appropriately and invoke action, that our leaders will feel the heat underneath the feet, and if they jump in a nonsensical manner, they'll get a crown of thorn, and we shall put fire underneath their belly until they act and act appropriately. A new CBA, with the rising cost of living and the soaring inflation, a new CBA is not a luxury. It is a necessity. The process is already underway, and we do understand that time is of essence, and we shall deliver. In closing, I do understand that with your help, the clarion call of unionism, and with God's help, nothing can stand in our way. The journey is long, our resolve is firm, but we shall overcome. With that, ladies and gentlemen, as the outgoing chair, incoming chair, allow me to officially open this Annual Delegates Conference and wish all of us well in our deliberations. May we be guided by grace, wisdom, empathy, and a sense of duty as we guide the union for the next 12 months. Asanteni sana kwa kuja na karibuni tena sana. Viva KMPDU.